Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CWM, Sealand Wednesday meeting. Today we have a special guest as a mini seminar speaker. We're going to talk about commercial mortgage series, SBA 5.0 loan program. Today's speaker is Mr. Jung Kwon Ho at the Eastern American CDC. He's the CEO. I believe he has been doing many years about this program. So I want to hand it over to Mr. Chung. I'm going to stop share.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Kwon Jung from Eastern American CDC. I am CEO of the company, and I do have 26 plus years of commercial banking experience, including all the project financing, as long as SBA lending. I used to be an SBA manager in Wilshire Bank. Now it's a Bank of Hope. I used to be an SBA manager for 12 years there, and went to KB Hana Bank as a SBA lead, as an EVP, and came to Eastern American CDC's CEO position. This is my 7th year, so I do have a full of SBA lending experience. So I'd like to present you regarding SBA 5.0 loan program. It's a great honor to have you all this morning. I hope you can have find information from the federal government's SBA 5.0 loan program today. This is originally 45 minutes length program, but I'd like to make it as short as possible, like in 30 minutes. So, do you have any questions? Then you can ask me any times. Okay, let's start. Okay, this is for SBA 5.0 loan program, which is for long-term fixed asset. This screen is a title of this presentation, but the key word on this screen is a long-term fixed asset, which means like commercial property, and there's a lot of fixtures on there that is all include the long-term fixed asset we call. Okay, I have a story. I have one customer who had a business in the Palisades Park, Broad Avenue. He's paying like $7,000 of rent for like more than 10 years. But he met me, and I introduced to him for SBA 5.0 loan. Then he put down 10% and purchasing a $1 million property. And the property was really old, but he added up like a $200,000 renovation cost. So he putting down the total project cost was $1.2 million. He's putting down 10%, which is $120,000. And then he got the mortgage and purchased the building. Then what happened? Actually, his mortgage payment plus tax payment is reduced to $6,700, which is like $300 less than what he paid for rent. So, but that's not all. Actually, there is a second floor rent, so he's getting a $2,700 rent income. So, obviously, he's saving like almost $3,000 a month. So it's gonna be like more than $30,000 a year. Yeah, and then in 10 years, it's gonna be like more than $300,000. Then when payoff schedule, and he's saving nearly $800,000 for just expense wise. So there's so many small business owners doesn't understand. He can put down 10% and then mortgage payment and property tax payment together is less than what they pay for their rent. So I'd like to discuss about what expense can be changed to business equity. I'm going in there.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
why pay rent? Be a landlord. This is the top topic today. Actually, rental payment goes to the melting ice. When you pay rent, nothing's left. It's all disappear. But when you're purchasing a building with a 10% down payment with the SBA 504 loan, then you can have a fully amortized equity raise, equity increase, plus you're going to have a free and clear property when you pay off all the mortgage. Why do you need a landlord? I do have a exact experience. This is my one of my customer. He purchased the building in the Newark. He's operating trucking company. He purchased a $4.6 million in 2010 with 10% down payment, which is $460,000. But right now, it's the appraisal value came in 2020. Appraisal value is came up to $10.6 million. So $6 million value increase in 10 years, and equity increase by payoff mortgage is $2.2 million in 10 years. Total, he's raised like $8.2 million purchasing his own building. But if he still paying a rent, then he's not gonna have this kind of $8.2 million raise. Okay, what is CDC? CDC is Certified Economic Development Company. We are created to assist small business owners with their financial needs. CDC works with the U.S. Small Business Administration, which is SBA, we call, to promote local economic development. There are around 260 CDCs in nationwide, and there's only 4 CDCs serving New Jersey. Among 260 CDCs nationwide, we are only Asian and only Korean operated CDC. So I'd like to mention about the SBA history. Actually, when 1932, there was the Great Depression. So not much bankers giving the loan to small business owners. So Herbert Hoover, President Herbert Hoover, making a Reconstruction Finance Corp. This is the initial form of SBA. They're beginning to payment guarantee for the lenders. That's why they can promote the giving a small business loan to small business owners. Then 20 years passed, U.S. Business Administration is established by Small Business Act. Then 1958, SBA 7A loan and SBA 504 loan created. At that time, it was called SBA 401. Right now, we are doing private debenture pooling that was set by 1986. Okay, we have 2 big mission and goal. We need to increase job creation and retention ratio, and we need to increase and or stimulate local tax base. When we, okay, then why CDC and SBA doing this? When we are giving SBA 504 loan to small business owner, in that area, job creation retention ratio is going up, and local tax base is stabilized. So we start this program from 1958. So we do have so many stats. So we are we can say like we like to create like a good circulation for the economy, local economy. Mostly we can give small business owners like a 2% lower interest rate than what commercial lender does. That's why we can make, for example, when we are giving the small business owners 2% less than commercial lenders, then if it's a $2 million loan property, then saving is like $40,000 a year, then $3,600 per month. So small business owner saving that much money, then it can be there's a chance they can hire more people and they can pay tax when tax due come. Okay. Okay, what is SB 504? Support small business owner to purchase owner-occupied commercial real estate improvements, ground construction, and FF&E acquisition. FF&E is furniture, fixture, and equipment. SB 504 loan can be provided with the CDC's participation only. Okay, here's our basic structure of SB 504 loan. Borrower put down 10%, CDC come up 40%, and third-party lender come up 50%. So when you see this pie, so borrower contribute only 10%, and 40% arranged by CDC, which is us, and the other 50% arranged by third-party lender. This 10% down payment, borrower injection, could be cash or land equity. If you have a free and clear land or there's enough equity on the land, then you don't need to put down any down payments. This is a collaboration program, so we are giving you small business owner 90% LTV total, but third-party lender come up 50%, and we're getting a 40%. When third-party lender come together, then we can give them a CRA credit, which is required by FDIC for every community commercial lenders. There's a wholesale lenders who's getting a tax credit from the SBA. Their interest rate is really low because they do not pay tax when they making a benefit from the SBA 504 loan program. That's why. Okay, what is the advantage for borrowers? They could put down only 10%. The SBA loan, which is a SB 7A loan from the commercial lenders, they talking about the 10% down payments, but it is not true 10% down payment. It is not going that way. But we can do true 10% down payment on total project cost. And we're giving 40% second mortgage loan as fixed interest rate for 25 years. It's a really low interest rate with the 25-year fixed. And we always making the below market rate. On April rate was a 4.6. Okay, what's eligible? Purchase and improvements of land, construction building by existing building, remodeling and renovation, and machinery equipment purchase. Machinery in here is like a big machinery, like there's a food processing manufacturer, those kind of business. I do have a case like one manufacturing company purchasing a manufacturing building. Building is just like $3 million, but machinery in there is like $7 million. So this is a massive structure of machinery we call it. Then what is the equipment? Equipment is like the small equipment, or when you go to a hospital, there's a MRI machine and all X-ray machine. Those kind of things are still equipment, but those kind of equipment is kind of expensive. Now refinance is possible. Actually, SBA 7A loan can be refinanced to SBA 504 loan. It was not allowed before, but last year, third quarter, the law regulation has changed because there's so many default ratio increase on SBA 7A loan. That's why right now we can refinance SBA7 loan to SBA5 loan. Last one is soft cost. Actually, we are truly 90% LTV provide on total project cost, which is included like all the soft costs like appraisal fee, environmental study fee, title insurance, architect fee, any cost. We can involve everything together, and then we're giving you like 90% LTV. What's ineligible? Working capital is not allowed. Actually, working capital has to be arranged by SBA7A. That's originally designed SBA7A loan. AR financing, account receivable, we cannot do. Inventory acquisition, we cannot do. Intangible asset. Intangible asset is like the premium thing. There's a you cannot tangible, like there's a it is a tangible thing. Also, investment real estate. When you we only support small business owners. We not support investment investors. Refinance. Now, SBA7A loan can be refinanced with the SBA504 loan to be qualified. Existing loan must have been used for fixed asset acquisition for more than 85%. If there's a SBA7A loan left $1 million, then $850,000 has to be used for the long-term fixed asset acquisition, then qualify. What is the benefit? 7A loan is like floating rate every 3 months based on Wall Street Journal Prime, but it's going to be 25-year fixed. And there's a cash out possible. We call it eligible business expense. It is cash out program, and we can cash out up to 20% of the operator value. There's an exceptional capital injection. When the business is less than 2-year-old, we call it new business. So we ask you like a 5% more down payment. So we require at least 15% down payment. And there's a special purpose business like bowling alley or marina, hotel, motel, theater, and or gas station. Those kind of business cannot be changed to other type of business because business building itself is like a special purpose business. In that case, we ask you like a 5% more. So when you both things together, then you need to put down 20%. Okay, SBA 504 project size. Actually, there's no minimum, but there's some cost calculation we have to do. So it's above $500,000 project we can visit. Actually, there's no maximum project size on SBA 504 loan as well. This is the deal I did when I was in Rothschild Bank in the Manhattan. One restaurant owner purchased the other restaurant building in the 32nd Street. Purchase price was $15 million, and TPL. At that time, I was a Rothschild SME manager, so I was TPL. We provide like a $7.5 million as a first lien position commercial loan, and CDC came up to 5.5. So when they purchasing a $15 million project, a borrower put down only $2 million, which is great leverage. Actually, without SBA 504 loan program, there's no such LTV can be provided. When you have a $20 million commercial property listing, then this is the basic structure. $20 million, half is $10 million, has to be provided by TPL. And then CDC's maximum is $5.5 million. So 10 million, $5.5 million can be arranged as a loan, and your borrower put down $4.5 million when they purchasing $20 million project. If you have a question, then write down, and when we have a Q&A session, please question me. regular project, CDC can offer up to $5 million as a share of a project cost regularly. And all SBA loan has a loan limit of $5 million, regardless of type of loan. But the special purpose, when you have a manufacturer business, NAICS code 31, 32, 33, then we can increase to $5.5 million. This is the important one. When you have a green energy project, which is reduce existing energy consumption rate by at least 10%, or generate renewable energy minimum 50%, then maximum gross debenture CDC is $5.5 million 3 times. So this is the, I have a lot of questions regarding this. A lot of lenders or who had experience with the SBA lending before, they believe $5 million is max. But when you have a $5 million loan from the commercial lenders by SBA 7A loan, on the top of that, we can give you $5.5 million 3 times. So SBA 504 loan, literally there's no limits for you. What is the need from borrowers? We require same financial documentation that the bank requires. Below is the one. 3-year business and personal tax return. Interim financial statement. What is interim financial statement? Right now, it's tax due is passed, right? So you should have a 2021 tax return by this date. So we require you 2019, 2020, 2021 business and personal tax return, and interim financial statement should be this year's first quarter, which is first quarter of 2022. So 3 months interim financial statement we are requesting. Personal financial statement, it's just regular one. And we need to ask you business debt schedule because there's so many EIDL and PPP loan was dispersed last year. So we need to see your PPP loan is forgiven or paid off, whatever. Also, we need to calculate the debt ratio on your EIDL loan or existing any loan. We can assist borrower to completing the SBA form anytime. Okay, there's a fee. We taking 2,500 application fee for applicants. There's a cost when we do the loan, so we have to this fee. But the loan is declined, then we deduct what we used, and we returning the fee to customer. And there's a 2.65% of a CDC portion. This is the SBA guarantee fee. In SBA 7A loan, is like a much bigger than that. So we giving you best support for the small business owners. But there's a fee, but we build our fee into SBA debenture and finance them over 25 years. So you don't need to out-of-pocket cost. So is your business eligible? We are helping small business owners stabilize local tax base, as I mentioned in the beginning. So we cannot help non-for-profit business. But we do have a good relationship with the NJEDA, which is New Jersey Economic Development Authority. So they have a program for non-for-profit, so we can arrange them to work with you. Your tangible net worth, in Korean won, your 순자산 is more than $15 million. You are too big, you're too rich, so you're not gonna qualify for the small business loan. So also, average annual net profit for past 2 years is less than, has to be less than $5 million each year. So if more than $5 million, which is too big. Occupancy. You have to remember 51%. 51% on appraisal report. When you are purchasing a building and you can occupy more than 51%, then you qualified. We can give you an SBA 504 loan. Prepayment penalty. We do have a prepayment penalty. Actually, it's a 25-year term. There's a 10-year term. There's a 5-year. April note rate was a 3.54, but May was a 2.84. So it's 2.84 starting first year, then reducing 10% every each year. Okay, SBA 504 arranged by CDC like us, and this is a government debenture, government making of money. SBA 7A loan arranged by commercial lender. So this is two different type of animal. SBA 504 loan is designed for long-term fixed asset. SBA 7A loan is designed for working capital or goodwill purchase. SBA 7A loan is floating rate. It can be changed every 3 months. Every quarter, once Wall Street Journal Prime changes, it changes. But SBA 504 loan is 25-year fixed rate program. SBA 7A loan limits $5 million. But SBA 504 loan limits, we can do 3 more projects of $5.5 million after we getting $5 million. SBA 7A loan requires 30 to 35% capital injection normally, but maximum we require only 20%. Okay, this is comparison when you're purchasing a $2 million property, SBA 504 loan, SBA 7A loan. Down payment is smaller, SBA 504 loan is smaller. And SBA fee, it's only 2.65% or 40%, so it's only $21,200. But SBA 7A loan, which is arranged by commercial lenders, when you go to SBA loan sign in bank, this is SBA 7A loan. It's much expensive than what we offer. So initial payments. I cannot see. Anyways, it's a much smaller than SBA 7A does. Okay, what's the difference between commercial loan, conventional lending? SBA 504 loan is 25-year fixed, 10% down payment. But commercial lending is only 5-year fixed and 30 to 40% down payments. So when you use SBA 504 loan, borrower can reserve 20 to 30% cash for working capital, or they can make their own business in the building. Okay, this is the how we funding SBA process. When we closing the closing package, then we getting our SBA guarantee and then getting the SBA debenture from the SBA. Then SBA only dealing with the BNY Mellon Bank, who is the debenture issuer or trustee. Then we got the right now here is a CDC. This is me. We got the debenture. I signed the debenture paper, then sent to Eagle Compliance, which is a fiscal agent contract by SBA. Then he record and goes to underwriter. Current underwriter is Bank of America and Colson Services. They underwriting, then they make get the debenture to BNY Mellon Bank, who is a trustee. They got the debenture. They making the treasury certificate. Then it goes to underwriter again. Underwriter records it. Then underwriter sells to an investor. Then investor get the debenture certificate. Then they pay to underwriter. Then underwriter sent to Eagle Compliance. So Eagle Compliance can compare what we get, what they sent and what they get. Then the funds to central servicing agent. Right now it's Wells Fargo Corporation. They get the funds, then they pay off the small business owners. this is what we do. In the same time, SBA giving us a guarantee and debenture, and they got the guarantee on certificate. SBA is like check those place, and this is what we making a SBA funding process. So when you closing the deal, then the SBA pay you month later, because we have to go all the work this way. And 2.65% of SBA guarantee fee, we need to collect them because we are making this debenture. So this is 2.65% of fee used by this system.